Gujarat in the Medieval Age. In this module, you will learn about the dynasties that ruled Gujarat during the Medieval Age and the administration, architecture, culture and literature during the Solanki Dynasty. The Middle or the Medieval Age is the age that lies between the ancient and the modern ages. The Medieval Age in India spans from 746 AD to 1304 AD. During this time, various dynasties ruled over the region lying in present-day Gujarat. These dynasties include the Chavda Dynasty, Solanki Dynasty, and the Vaghela Dynasty. The Chavda Dynasty ruled for about 196 years. According to sources, the Chavda Dynasty ruled over Panchasar. The ruler of the Chavda Dynasty was martyred in the Battle of Jai Shikhari. The ruins of the kingdom were regained by his son Vanraj Chavda on the banks of the river Saraswati, known as Anhil Patan. It is believed that his friend Anhil helped him regain the kingdom. Therefore, Vanraj Chavda named the kingdom as Anhilwad Patan. The Solanki dynasty took over Gujarat after the Chavda dynasty. Gujarat greatly flourished during the Solanki dynasty. The Solanki kings like Mulraj Solanki, Bhimdev, Siddhiraj Jaisingh and Kumar Pal were great rulers and were known for their bravery. During the rule of Siddhiraj Jaisingh, Anhilwad Patan became the main center of education, known as Vidyadham. Hemchandracharya, a famous scholar during the rule of Siddhiraj Jaisingh, was asked to write the grammar book Siddhaham Shabdanu Sashan. This book was given a great deal of respect. A procession was carried out through the entire kingdom, and the book was placed on the back of an elephant, while the king and the composer walked along. Confluence of non-violence or ahimsa, prosperity, Lakshmi, and education, Saraswati, was seen during the rule of Kumarpal. Later, all 6 rulers of the Solanki dynasty renounced the kingdom and power and started living in the forest as hermits. The queens of the Solanki dynasty were well known. Let's have a look at one of the great queens of the Solanki dynasty. After the demise of Ajaypal, his son was very young. Therefore, his wife Naiki Devi took over the throne. Gujarat at that time was attacked by Shahabuddin Ghori. She tied her son on her back and bravely led the army against Shahabuddin and defeated him. After the Solanki dynasty, the Vaghela dynasty took over Gujarat. Karan Dev Vaghela was the last emperor of the Vaghela dynasty, who was defeated by Alauddin Khilji, and the Rajput rule was brought to an end. Later on, Anhilwad Patan remained the capital of Gujarat for namesake. In 1412, Ahmad Shah of the Delhi Sultanate established Ahmedabad. Sultans like Ahmad Shah, Mahmud Begado and Muzaffar Shah ruled Gujarat during the 15th and the 16th century. The beginning of the 17th century saw the emergence of the Mughal dynasty in Gujarat. Many famous mosques were constructed during the Sultanate and the Mughal period. During the Solanki dynasty, the kings were the supreme powers. Different departments were looked after by different ministers. The minister who looked after the finance department, Sri Karan, was the main minister and was known as Mahamtya. The major part of the administration was called as Mandal. As the capital was situated on the banks of the river Saraswati, it was called Saraswati Mandal. The subsections of the mandals were called Pathaks. Many villages were included in the Pathak. The different mandals like the Kutch Mandal, Saurashtra Mandal, Ketak Mandal or Khera, Lath Mandal, Medpat Mandal were present in Gujarat. During the Solanki Dynasty, people followed Shivism in Gujarat. Somnath was the main center of Shivism. Dwarka was the famous pilgrim center of the Vaishnavas. In the medieval age, the impact of Buddhism was reduced and Jainism began to spread. As a result, many great and grand Jain temples were constructed. Architecture, sculpture, and painting progressed tremendously. There was a touch of Rajasthani style in the architecture. Some of the noteworthy pieces of architecture are the Sun Temple of Modhera, Vimal Vashi Temple of Abu, Rudra Mahalya, Jimodwar of Somanath Temple, Derasar of Dilwara. The Rani Ki Vav step well constructed by Queen Udaymati is a supreme example of art and architecture of the Solanki Dynasty. A number of lakes were constructed during the Solanki Dynasty. These include the Malav Lake in Dholka, Munsar Lake in Viramgam, Sahasraling Lake in Patan. Apart from temples, lakes and wells, forts, entrances and torans too were constructed. The Kirti Toran of Vadnagar is very famous. The handwritten manuscripts of this era were written on Tad Patra. Margins were drawn on all four sides and the written work or drawing was done in the limited space. A lot of literary work had been found on Jainism. Many books were written in Persian language and Gujarati when Ahmedabad became the center of rule. Let us now recap all the important points that we have covered in this module on Gujarat in the medieval age.